we are witnessing something very unique in the world of chess right now. It's the first FIDE Olympiad for people with disabilities 2023. Earlier, FIDE did not organize the Olympiad of visually impaired people or physically challenged or deaf and mute. This is the first time that this has been done, and it is taking place in Serbia. And India is playing there. There's some beautiful pictures from here. You can see this is a braille board. The player cannot see, he's feeling his way through the pieces. Here's another picture of another braille board there, where the players are moving. This is the beauty of chess, that it can be played by people from everyone can play chess. So that's what this shows. It's a beautiful initiative. And this is the Indian team that is playing there. You can see from the left, if we see, it's the manager of our team, Mrityunjay Singh. Then we have Kishan Gangolli, who is one of India's top visually impaired players. Then we have Saundarya Pradhan, who is also a wonderful chess player. Bharat Singh Chauhan is in the frame as well, a very well-known personality in Indian chess. We have Naveen Kumar on the wheelchair, Prasenjit Datta, who's the coach of the team, Darpan Inani, one of the finest visually impaired chess players, and Shashikant Kutwal, who has been the world champion in IPCA in physically challenge section. So this is the team of Indian superheroes. This is an amazing team. And this was the opening ceremony, very nicely organized. This is the playing hall of the event, also very well done. And just a small little shot where India is playing against Panama here. And this is really a beautiful initiative. So many people have gotten an opportunity to play here and show their skills. So how is the tournament going? Well, India, after 4 rounds have been completed, and India is right now at number 2 position. So in round number 1, India won 4-0 against Panama. Then we beat Cuba 3-1. And then we were able to beat Israel 3-1. That was a big result because Israel was the 2nd seed, India was 10th seed, which is amazing. Shashikant won against Yehuda Grunfeld. He was lost actually, but he won on time. Kishan Gangolli played a beautiful game against Alexei Streltsov, which I want to show you. Darpan lost to Gurbanov, but Naveen Kumar struck against Alexandra. And then in round 4, India played the 3rd seed, Hungary, and we held them to 2-2 draw. It was Kishan on board 2 who provided the win against Balazs Mate. And beautiful play by him. We are going to see 2 games of Kishan. I'm a big fan of his play in this tournament. He's doing really well. This is the 5th round. Today that will happen. India will take on Poland. And that's a big matchup because Poland is the top seed of the tournament. And if you see their team, they have a GM on top board, then an FM who's 2-3-8-1. It's a tough team, but India is doing admirably at this tournament. And who knows, we will maybe be able to pull off another upset and go towards the gold medal. It's a 6-round event, so I would say this is the most important round of the tournament. Let's go and check this game where we are going to see the game between Kishan and Streltsov. This is from the 3rd round where India beat as Israel, and a great game. Kishan, playing with black pieces, goes for French. He is a big French expert. And he plays the move here, bishop a5. Bishop takes c3 is the main move in the whenever, but he goes bishop a5. b4 is the correct way to continue. After cd, queen g4, you knight e7, take on a5, take on c3. This is all theory. Queen g7, rook g8, and queen h7. So we have like the normal whenever kind of position, but here there's a pawn on a5, and perhaps can be that it's likely to white's favor, but Kishan is well prepared. He goes knight c6, and here knight f3 is the main move, but white goes h4. Wants to just push his h pawn down the board. That often happens. Queen c7 was played. By the way, just so that you know, knight takes e5, not a great idea because of bishop g5. And white is doing very well. So that was another idea of h4. Queen c7. f4 trying to defend, and now Kishan could have gone knight d4. I like this move because your idea is to put the knight on f5 and kind of block the queen in, also put pressure on g3, g2, all these squares. But Kishan went bishop d7, a6, he played b6, very human way to play, knight f3, long castle. You cannot win this pawn on f7 for now because of rook d f8, and black is just having too much counterplay with knight f5 coming up. So he went back queen d3. Kishan went d4. Fantastic move. Just so that you know, taking here is not a good idea. Take, bishop b5, queen e4, bishop c6. And this is exactly what black wants. You know, just white is undeveloped and totally in trouble. So rook h3 was played, knight to f5, knight g5. White is playing really well. Of course, Alexei Streltsov, strong player. f6, ef, and e5. So fantastic play by Kishan. He sees that the king is in the center and he tries to open it up. White matches move for move. He goes f7, rook f8, and now I think at this point, if white had gone g4, he would have had better chances. I think Kishan would have gone knight d6. The position remains very complicated, threatening e4 at the right moment and so on. But he went bishop e2, and now Kishan took on f4, and he went bishop h5. Maybe this was not a good move. Queen e4 was better, but he went bishop h5, and now in came check, queen e4, and now knight e3. Very good move, threatening queen e4 and knight c2. So it was very important now to take this knight on e3, which white did. D takes e3, and now came the mistake, rook f3, and this is where Kishan jumped to his opportunity. Black to play and win. How do you do it? He took on e4, knight e4, and knight d4, attacking the f3 rook and c2 pawn, and there's no way to defend this. The knight c3, knight c2, knight a1 happened, and bishop e6. Again, a very nice tactic. Kishan was very alert. He took on f7. If you take back with the rook, I can take and play rook f8. You will lose the bishop, and if you play bishop takes here, I go rook d7. That happened in the game, and yes, in the end, he's a piece up, and he managed to convert this beautifully. So a great game by Kishan, I would say. Fantastic chess here. He just managed to clean up these pawns, and he won here. So that helped India beat Israel 3-1. And then came this very critical game against Hungary, where India had to do well in the fourth round. And this is where Kishan was playing with the white pieces. And by the way, this picture which I have is Kishan playing in this tandem simul with Anish and Vidit. And he managed to hold them both to a draw. So Kishan is visually impaired, around 75% vision. He cannot see, like he has only 25% vision, but he plays such amazing chess. And this game of his with white reminded me of a very famous game of Botvinnik, which he managed to beat Vidmar. So we joined the game when Kishan plays bishop d3. He has already developed his bishop, but moves it again. And he's like, okay, I know I don't like my bishop there. I'm going to place it on d3. And then he breaks with e4. So his position is looking pretty good, but black insists on an exchange. He takes, knight e5. And this is where I love how Kishan, after rook d1, queen c7, comes up with a great plan. So I want to show you this very famous game of Botvinnik versus Vidmar. In this position, Botvinnik went for the move queen h3. And after bishop d5, he played takes, and f4. And the idea was to break the structure with f4, f5, this IQP. And this is what Kishan also did here, which is very admirable, because he may have known this game or he just found it out on the board. He went queen h3 and then played f4 and broke with f5. So fantastic chess. Here it was important to play rook e8, which his opponent did. And now Kishan went in for a very interesting sacrifice. He took here. And now black should have taken on f5. The position is around equal, but he went queen f7, which was a blunder, because after fe6, Now the pawn is very strong defended here. It's a great piece sacrifice. Queen h5. He traded the queens, and I think Kishan, he played bishop g6, took on e8, and maybe d5 was also possible. It's a good move. He went dc5, bc5, and e7. Put the rook on d8. What I liked is that Kishan understood that in this position his rook is just superior to the two pieces, and he just did not rush. He just played calmly and managed to convert this into a very smooth win, a very professional win, I would say. We just pushed the pawns, brought the king in, and then eventually managed to win. The win was never in doubt, his pawn's queen. And with this, Kishan helped Team India get to 2-2. Today is the big game, India versus Poland. Please send in your best wishes to the Indian team. I'm very excited. I hope India brings back the gold. Best wishes to our champions. This is Sagar Shah signing off. Bye bye.